Before we start selling items in Commander, let's take a quick look at the sales tax settings. We need to make sure that we have a tax code for both taxable and non-taxable customers or items. To access the sales tax codes, click on Maintain, then select Tax Codes. Each tax code has a name that is typically assigned a 2 or 3 letter designation. NT is typically used for non-taxable. RS could be used for resale. TAX is the tax code typically used in Commander for taxable customers or items. You can add as many tax codes as you need for the different tax jurisdictions that apply to your business. If you live in a state that does not charge sales tax, you will simply use the NT tax code for all your customers. Each tax code must have a minimum of 1 tax authority attached to it. You will see the tax authorities at the bottom of the screen. Typically, you would simply attach a tax authority that was the combined total tax rate for your state, including state, county, and city taxes. A single tax rate would be okay if you pay your sales tax to a single sales tax authority and do not need to see the breakdown of tax collected for each tax jurisdiction. On the other hand, if you want to see the breakdown of sales tax collected for your state, county, and city, you could add 3 tax authorities. The combined sales tax for the 3 tax authorities that you add would need to equal the total tax rate for your tax jurisdiction. You can create new tax authorities by clicking on the drop-down in the lower right corner of the screen. Tax authorities in most states typically use a single tax rate. After you enter the tax rate, don't forget to enter the percent symbol, or the tax rate will be added as a dollar amount, rather than as a percentage. Once you have set up your tax authorities, they will need to be added to the tax codes. As a final note, tax codes can be added to calculate sales tax by line item, or to total a group of items, and then apply the sales tax. Most states calculate sales tax by line item. However, if you are in the state of Florida, for example, you will need to use the group tax option. Be sure to watch the video on setting up Florida sales tax. We recommend that you test the tax codes by going to the Sales Invoicing module. Add an item to the invoice and change the price to $100. Next, click on the checkout icon and review the sales tax amount. If the sales tax amount is correct, you can start using Commander and invoicing your customers. You will be able to assign a tax code to your taxable and non-taxable customers. There is no need to assign a tax code to the inventory items, as they will use the tax code for the customer. Labor and fees, on the other hand, are often non-taxable. You would need to assign the NT tax code to these items, so that they would always be non-taxable. If labor is taxable in your state, leave the tax code blank on all your labor codes. As a general rule, the tax code assigned to an individual line item overrides the tax code assigned to the customer. That is probably worth repeating. The tax code assigned to any unit, inventory item, labor code, or fee will have priority and override the customer tax code. If your state increases the sales tax rate, you would need to make the adjustment to your tax codes in Commander. Sales tax rates do not automatically adjust, so please be mindful of any sales tax rate changes in the future.